Someone said to me, if you do not get back to me, I'm going to leave you a bad review on your business page. I said, go ahead. The person called me on Fridays, and I don't work on Fridays, and I just said to them, I'm not working today, but if I can, I'll get back to you. Which I couldn't, because I'm not working. That's the whole point. Right. So what it was there was a plumbing job to do. They asked me if I could go and have a look. I think it was some type of hostel or youth hostel or something like that. It wasn't quite clear. Something to do with like young people and stuff like that, because I had to bring my ID when I went there, and I had to tell them way before. So I went there. It was only a leak underneath the sink. Some bodge job, had done it up before. Took some photos of it. I kind of gave them a price over the phone, and then obviously they had some photos of it and videos as well. So I said, well, this is a bit of a bodge. I'll go and have a look, because it's very, very local to where I live. And went there, had a look, priced it up, gave them an invoice. And then I said to them, and then they kept on being very persistent and saying to me, oh, when can you start? When can you start? Well, I can start when you agree the price, innit? No. Who starts something when you don't agree something? So they needed to agree it. And the lady said to me, oh, I need to speak to my manager. Then when I send it to my manager, I'll get back to you, blah, 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 blah. So then now this manager person's emailed me. Then something clicked in my head and said, let me ask you, what is your process when it comes to payments, right? And she said, I'll be paying you in 28 days. Me personally, I am a limited company, but I choose not to do those 28 days jobs because of just how life is now as a plumber. It's expensive, you know. I don't want to be waiting 28 days for a bit of bread while you've had your thing fixed, and I could get it from a supplier for, you know, on some like finance business and pay them later. I'm not doing that. I don't want any bills and stuff like that flying about me. I like to pay for stuff. I like to ask people for the money up front. If not, could you pay a certain amount, which might be like 30 or 40%, and then pay for the labour, which would be the 60% at the end. I can hold on to the labour as long as I've seen you pay the first bit of money. That gives me some type of guarantee, or says in my head, a light bulb lights and says, you're going to pay. You might be an honourable person. But there are so many dishonourable people in London today. It's not fucking worth it. It's not worth like, oh, I'll give you a chance. Oh, it's cool. You might pay. As a small business, anyone who's got underneath 10 employees, yeah, your cash flow in construction is so important. I mean, let's say this was on a bigger scale. The job was 30 grand. Oh, could you start the job and we'll pay you in 30 days? No, because most plumbing companies or big companies are going to set something up where you're going to have to pay that premium now, and then that will pay for the materials to get the job started. And at the middle part, which might be the middle of the month, let's say the 15th or something, you'll pay another payment, and then you'll pay the end payment when it's completed on the 30th. That's how businesses run, but people like to tell you as if they know. When I say they know, I mean they have no understanding. And if you knew, you wouldn't approach someone like that, because it's now asking the question, are you a sole trader or are you a limited company? And that's kind of where I stand with it. But I'll never be pressurized into doing a job when I don't know the people and I don't know if you're going to pay. Because walking away as a tradesperson, yeah, you're possibly walking away from money which you can grab now to where you've got to chase them. I'll give you another perfect example. I had a customer most recently, needed something done, got it done for him. And he said, oh, send me your details, I'll send it over. It seems pretty much a genuine person. And I judge people. I don't give a damn if people don't like it. People judge you when they see you. I turn up, I wear regatta stuff, I look how I look, I be presentable, I make sure I have the right type of tools. If I tell someone I'm going to be there within 10 minutes, I could probably be there within 5 minutes. But I just like to wait outside for like 2-3 minutes and prepare myself for the job when I'm ready to go in, making sure that I've got my tools, my towel. I've texted my partner if I need to and say, look, I'm at a job, don't be calling me down. And then I just get on with it, right? So I gave him kind of the benefit of the doubt because he seemed like someone who had a bit of scratch. When I mean scratch, I mean a bit of money. So now I'm waiting for him to pay me. I'm waiting a whole day, which when the job was finished, I did say to him, he did say to me, sorry, that he could go to the cash point. But it was a Sunday. For the situation, I thought it's not necessary, you know. I know where you live. You can make the payment through bank transfer and it would be simple. So sent him my details, and then there's this Monzo payment thing which you can do, right? So even if someone sends you your details, they can request you to fill out this form thing which tells them your name, your sort code, your account details. Because someone could get it wrong, right? If they're sending you £500, they don't want to send it to the wrong person, you get the wrong digit. So it's best that you kind of put in your details and then they will accept it and approve it is what it's called. So I put in my details, put in a reference, it sends it back to him, then he has to just approve it, and then the money comes into my account. Chasing people for money as a plumber is one of the most stressful things, because let's say I do a small job for £120. That's my petrol running around money for a week, right? I might get lunch out of it one day and petrol money for the week. When someone doesn't pay you that, now I have to find that money from somewhere else, because what we're not meant to do is dip into our own personal savings to be able to run a business, because therefore there's no profit or there's no balance within the money. The money's just coming in and going out. You're never going to see it. So I try to be more on people's arse about the money. Again, I try not to come across as like a money grabber or like someone who's like an arsehole. But sometimes you have to be very persistent but polite. And I try to be persistent and polite at the same time. That's kind of my mix. So I might text them in the morning. I text that person in the morning. Hi, just wondered if you could approve this thing. They've not messaged me back. I've called them in the afternoon, not picked up the phone. Understand people at lunch, at work. But at some point you're going to see your device, which is your mobile, and you're going to say, oh shit, I've had a message from this person and a missed call. And then later on in the evening, I've got to do the same thing. So it's just like a mini bailiff now, because the work is done. And it sometimes makes me question my judgment upon people who I don't know. You know, because you don't know someone, you got to make them pay them. And that's kind of the reality. And just like with that first job, what I was telling you about, when the person's going to say, oh, we're going to pay you in 28 days, there could be some discrepancy. Oh, our accounts haven't allowed it to be sent out to you. We need you to sign this form on this form before we pay you. There could be so many different things just because of that person is hella lazy with doing the right type of due diligence checks, what they need to do. Oh, we can't just pay contractors out. You need to sign this thing. You need to be on our contractor books. Then it needs to get approved, which takes 48 hours or 1 week or blah, blah, blah. It's their system, how it's set up. But again, going through and jumping through the hoops is just not something that I always want to be part of. You know, sometimes it's more ag than it is than just telling someone, yeah, go to the cash point, go and sort that out, man. Or sending them the details and staying there until they do it. But with myself, yeah, I never want to feel like with myself, I never want to feel like I'm staying over the time I need to be staying. Because one, I'm kind of in a hurry when I'm going from jobs, but people are going to say, oh, you can get a sum up machine and stuff. I did have one of them, but I didn't really use it that much, to be honest. I know there's better ones out there now. I might reinvest within one. But the reason for me not doing the 28 days and stuff, it's just not something I want to do. Again, I don't want to fix people's stuff and they don't pay me instantly when this money's coming out of my own accounts, or I'm now incurring a bill and which I have to go to the suppliers and go and pay them back. I don't fancy doing business like that in 2026. I don't feel that that's future-proofing myself, because no, I don't want to do that. I don't even have to tell anyone why I don't want to do it. I just don't want to do it because, you know, if you ask someone if they would do the same for you when it comes to the milkman, like, oh, could you deliver my milk for, let's say 3 months, and then I'll pay you at the end of the 3 months. He's going to say, no, you drank all the milk. Do you get it? But construction seems to be a trade which is like that, but I'll just be upfront with a lot of people and tell them, no, I'm not doing it. I don't have to do it, and I don't want to do it, because when you do business for people and you walk away and they don't take the payments, you're only going off of trust. You can't trust everyone that you do business with. I mean, you don't need to say, I don't need to tell you about a story where I've been knocked. You could just look at loads of other construction people and see how many times they've been knocked for money. Why are they getting knocked? Some people are going to argue and say shoddy workmanship and whatever, but I'm talking about the people that do the honest day, the honest work. The work is done, it's satisfactory, the customer's happy with it, but then they say, oh, could I pay you a bit later? Could I pay you this? Last one before I go, I had a pal, yeah? I had a pal. Me and him's not friends no more. Had. He said to me, I've just got this property, I'm doing it up, and I'm doing a lot of the work myself, but I would appreciate if you could put in my bath and my pedestal, because the builders or the plumbers who I've used before, they've went. But I should have kind of clocked, but I don't really chat to my pal this much anymore, because me and him fell out about a lot of other things, but that should have been my telltale sign. But I'm trying to turn a new leaf with people and not hold old grudges against them from before. But this is someone who I know from way back, and he's always been an arsehole. But I'm trying to look past those things with people, because I'm getting older, and there possibly had been a time when I've been an arsehole. So, you know, we grow and we learn. So I said to him, all right, cool, you got this big ass, let me help you out, bloody, bloody, blah. I said to him, look, you owe me £800. Let me pay you 4 now, and then I'll pay you the rest later. He's always got those skis, like always got money. So I'm like, all right, cool. You should have told me that from the beginning. You know, like, it's just a bit expensive at the moment and blah, blah, blah. Don't look expensive. You got a Defender outside. Doesn't look expensive. You got this big 5-bedroom house, £1 million house. What are you talking about? But I've just not said nothing, because he's a pal of mine that I know from the street and all that, the road. So I don't want to get into too many conversations with him about what you have or what you haven't got. I don't give a fuck. I just said, all right, cool. Well, you know, give me a call. 3 months went by, he told me that he lost his phone and he couldn't get a hold of me. I'm like, am I a dickhead? And when he's called me, he said to me, yeah, I lost my phone and blah, blah, blah. I said, all right, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Do you know what? Because you think that you could tell me these excuses as if we're on the roads, guess what I'm going to tell you? Just fuck off, man. Come off my phone, man. Furthermore, I need the money what you owe me, but for the principle of you coming to me and telling me some stupid, lame excuse, go and fuck yourself, man. That's it. And I could say that to him because I know him. I don't care what he's going to say. I couldn't even care if he saw this video one day. I mean, I know me and you are never going to be friends, so that's fine. And even if we was friends, you wouldn't treat your friend like that. And this is business as well. And this is something what I do for business. But clearly, people don't always respect what you do, even as a tradesperson. And I came out my own way. I think that weekend one time, I think Auntie Joshua was fighting. And I actually stayed late at his house and got the things done what he needed for him. Because I put in a washing machine as well. So I've done a few little bits. But a lot of us tradespeople have learnt our lessons in different forms, whether it be friends, people that don't know you, people that just randomly contact you. And I see why a lot of people have the 9 to 5 and don't do fuck all else, because dealing with people becomes and will become a problem. No matter if you're the most genuine, helpful person, there was always one person who is just got the devil in them, that knows from the beginning they're going to bump you, strings it out to the last point, and then feels that they are Del Boy, and they'll just run off, and you're just left standing there. Again, you can't go mad, put hands on people, because you're grown past that, you know, and I know that myself. So, like, share and subscribe. Subscribe.